Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. It's another paid request, this time from Jonathan. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It could be a topic, reaction, commentary, review, re-review, whatever the case may be. But Jonathan wanted me to do a commentary on the 1987 film Innerspace. Before Ant-Man, better than Ant-Man, although I don't mind the first Ant-Man movie, but still think this is better. Innerspace, directed by Joe Dante, starring Dennis Quaid and Martin Short. Also got Meg Ryan, Kevin McCarthy, Robert Picardo, among other people. Pause at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Now, I don't know if this has a better Blu-ray, but the one I have, the only feature is a commentary and then a trailer. So if there is a better Blu-ray, there might be one, but I don't have it. I just have this one. As we have a Steven Spielberg Presents, which apparently at one point there was talks of him directing this film, but that did not happen. He just decided to produce it. And this film was a bomb. Film came out was a bomb. And I know Joe Dante, he had worked with Steven Spielberg before. Because Spielberg had produced Gremlins. Spielberg was a fan of Piranha, which is supposed to be kind of a wink, take a bit of the piss out of Jaws, and apparently Spielberg liked that movie, and that helped gravitate towards Gremlins. And this is one of those films that has a pretty cool concept. I mean, it goes back to, I can't believe I forgot that movie, where the scientists are shrunk and they go into the body in order to do some stuff. It was a Fantastic Voyage. I can't remember the name of it. I'm bad with names, but in this case, yeah, at the time, state of the art effects. You got Spielberg producing it, so he could help get the high tech people involved with the project. Is, hey, we're gonna work with Spielberg, even if those producing, he's a big name. Maybe if we impress him, he'll invite us into the next movie he directs. Joe Dante has mentioned that Spielberg, because Spielberg was producing, he's able to ease the studio and go, just let Joe do what he wants. So I think Joe Dante has said this is one of the times he's had the most freedom doing a movie. Which is even more the shame that this film did not do well. It was kind of a bomb. And that's the sad thing, like Dennis Quaid, who stars in this, he's a great actor. This is kind of a series of bombs he was in, because you've got to think about it. Let's see, after Jaws 3, he was in Dreamscape, which I don't know if that really lit anything on fire, cinema-wise. You had Enemy Mine. I don't think that did too well. This film was a bomb. He was in a film called Undercover Blues with Kathleen Turner. That didn't do anything. That didn't make any money. There was a film called Wilder Napalm. That was a complete bust. I know he's in Great Balls of Fire as Jerry Lee Lewis. I'm not sure if that did anything. DOA he was in, and at the time, I think this era he was with Meg Ryan. I think they were together as a couple. Either during this or before and after this, I forget. And I think Meg Ryan and him were in DOA, and that might have done okay at best. But even after this, like, you didn't see a whole lot of other stuff he did that was successful, at least that he starred in. For example, Wyatt Earp. He was a co-star as Doc Holliday. Even that film didn't do that well. And it's a shame because he's a really good actor. Even later on, Vantage Point. What was that movie? Pandorum. Good actor. They said really good actor. He was in The Day After Tomorrow, the Roland Emmerich film. That's the thing. He could do intensity, but he'd play off humor very well, too. And then just picked a lot of projects that Sally were not that successful. But I would definitely say this is one of my favorites of his. Now, this guy here, who's holding Dennis Quaid, I believe I saw him in Uncommon Valor. Very underrated film, in my opinion. Was it Harold Sylvester or? Like I said, I'm so bad with names. Probably saying the opening credits, but I do remember he was in Uncommon Valor. Was one of the men Gene Hackman hires to go back and get the POWs. And there's Meg Ryan. We should never hear from Meg Ryan anymore. I mean, she was big for a bit. Stuff she did with Tom Hanks, like Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, City of Angels with Nicolas Cage. But I don't know whatever happened to Meg Ryan. But that's the thing that happens with a lot of actresses. Not all, but a lot of actresses, is that as they get older, they kind of look in the mirror and they go, oh my god, they don't like the way they look. So either A, they try to get all this awful surgery. I just see they live in such a limelight that they're almost told you have to look pretty, you have to look a certain way, defined by looks. Otherwise, you won't keep working. And sadly, with how Hollywood is, there is a sad truth to that, which is why you should say fuck it and don't ruin your body. And then there's some people that just let themselves go, or again they get this awful plastic surgery. What was that? Jennifer from Dirty Dancing. She got face surgery and then she became unrecognizable. Jennifer Grey. Or you look at, I think, like Bridget Fonda. Like, you see a picture of her and she just got a lot bigger to the point to recognize her. Or again, there's people that get either stuff put into their lips or their face. Or just, like, god damn, man. Just don't do that. Oh, yeah, Dick Miller. Of course, a mainstay for Joe Dante for a lot of movies. I think he had the bookstore he was working at in The Howling. He was the neighbor in Gremlins, who had a bigger part in Gremlins 2, even killing the flying gremlin in Gremlins 2. He was one of the garbage men in The Burbs. He was the helicopter pilot in Explorers, which was before this. So yeah, pretty much anytime Joe Dante made a film, he tried to put Dick Miller in there, which is good. I mean, he's a good good character actor. May he rest in peace, Dick Miller. It was a Joe Dante, but he was fun in Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, among others. But yeah, Dennis Quaid just... That seems like a guy that would have done a performance that knocked everybody out and got an Oscar nomination. But that never came to be. I just never got the right script. Instead of... Like I said, there are films of his I like. This one, Vantage Point, among others. There's his ass hanging out for the world to see. For the ladies. But I'm trying to think. Listen, Vantage Point, Pandora, one other. But then he would do films like Cold Creek Manor, and he was doing Any Given Sunday. So I just said, he's had a up and down career. Sally also with substance abuse, did drugs a lot back in the day. He would mention how he admitted that on Jaws 3 he was pretty much high on cocaine for the whole movie. And we have Martin Short here, who, he did a couple films. He was in The Three Amigos. Really, it's probably one of the big films he was in. I mean, after this, he would do some films like Pure Luck with him and Danny Glover. Jiminy Glick, he would do that where he would wore the fat suit and pretend to be that host and that character. Nowadays, I just recognize him from TV talk show interviews, like either Messing with Conan O'Brien or like him and Steve Martin have worked together on some projects. Yeah, this is a nightmare of a cashier. Everything he puts in is just insane price. I think the premise someone said is, what if someone took Dean Martin, shrunk him, and put him into the body of Jerry Lewis? It's an interesting idea. I guess the studio or someone, they didn't really know what to do with it, so at one point they wanted like Arnold Schwarzenegger and then Michael J. Fox to be shrunken and put into Arnold's body. I mean, I guess it would have been interesting, but you wouldn't have this comedy physicality that Martin Short brings to it. So that's when he's doing things like, I'm possessed. He could act like someone whose body's not paying attention. Like, he can't control his body because of what's going on inside him. And while there were other movies that deal with miniaturization, like after this, you had Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, which was a huge hit. So it's not that the miniaturization thing would not fly with audiences, because, like I said, wasn't Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 1989? That was just 2 years after this. But Joe Dante has mentioned that the marketing wasn't that great. And I can understand, like, the trailer does not sell the film well. It's interesting that in the trailer they use music from the Goonies. I think, like, the narrator they chose and the way the trailer's edited doesn't sell the movie the best. I think they should have sold a lot more on some of the effect stuff, as well as the comedy. And then the poster. I know Joe Dante said the poster was awful. I think the poster he's thinking of is, and I did see this, it's like a big thumb. Like, imagine if the poster was this. No, like this. Imagine the poster was this, and then there's like a little spaceship dot, like right here. You're like, okay, is it about a thumb war? Like, how is a thumb going to sell a picture? The poster here, I think, is a much better poster. I think that's a much better poster. But, I mean, Sally, like, Dennis Quaid was not a big box office attraction. Like I said, he really hadn't had that big hit that people go, oh my god, who's this guy, Dennis Quaid? He wasn't a mainstream star like Arnold or even Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future, Arnold with Terminator and Commando and stuff. Which is probably why the studio wanted those two. Like, if I look up Dennis Quaid's filmography, you realize that he has not been in that many hit movies. To have Sally, he's always kept working, but you could argue that's a floundering career, Sally. Let me look. Early films like Our Winning Season, Breaking Away, The Lawn Riders, Gorp, Caveman, Jaws 3D, The Right Stuff. That's probably The Right Stuff is where he definitely got some notice. Dreamscape was 84. It says budget 6 million, box office 12 million. I don't know if all that was in the US. So, Enemy Mine, The Big Easy, he might have gotten some critical notice from that. But it's like Innerspace, Suspect, DOA, Everybody's All American, Great Balls of Fire, Come See the Paradise, Postcards from the Edge, Wilder Napalm, Undercover Blues, Flesh and Bone. I mean, probably the bigger hit was Postcards from the Edge, and the poster's Meryl Streep and Shirley MacLaine. Dennis Quaid's not even on the poster for that. Great Balls of Fire, that was a bomb. 16, $18 million budget, $13 million box office. And this is going to the 90s now. Undercover Blues, Flesh and Bone. Wyatt Earp, Dragon Heart, Game Related, Switchback. Frequency. I love Frequency. That might be my favorite Dennis Quaid film, is Frequency. I would say that's probably my favorite. This is probably the second favorite. I love Frequency. Any Given Sunday. I'm talking about the ones he starred in. Like Any Given Sunday, I do enjoy quite a bit. But once he starred in, I would go with Frequency, and then this. But then Cold Creek Manor, The Alamo was a huge bomb. Day After Tomorrow is kind of a meh, Roland Emmerich movie. Flight of the Phoenix was pretty meh. American Dreams was pretty bad. I really do like Vantage Point. G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra, Pandorum. He was in the remake of Footloose. Beneath the Darkness, he played a psycho. That was a pretty terrible movie. Movie 43, somehow that movie got all these people in there. I have no idea how. I mean, you got Elizabeth Banks, Kristen Bell, Halle Berry, Gerard Butler, Anna Faris, Richard Gere, Terrence Howard, Hugh Jackman, Johnny Knoxville, Justin Long, Liev Schreiber, Uma Thurman, Naomi Watts, Kate Winslet. And Dennis Quaid. Although I think depending on where you watch it, if you saw that movie somewhere else, there'd be a different opening, so you would not see Dennis Quaid in it. I mean, what he's doing lately is, other than TV work. He had a voice in that Disney movie Strange World, which I think that was a bit bomb. That was a massive bomb. The Long Game historical drama, On a Wing and a Prayer, based on the incredible true story from Prime. On Easter Sunday 2009, Dennis Quaid, a 56-year-old pharmacist, his wife and two daughters returned to Louisiana after attending a funeral for his brother. Less than 10 minutes after their private plane takes off, the pilot dies of a heart attack. Fort Myers air traffic controllers and a flight instructor managed to teach him how to fly the plane and landed while the family prayed for a miracle. Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham. So there you go. Strays, that one with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, says dogs that curse. And that was a bomb. Does the movie look like shit? The Hill, baseball player overcoming a physical handicap in order to try out for a legendary Major League Scout. And he's going to play Ronald Reagan in a movie called Reagan. Wow. Dennis Quaid is Ronald Reagan? That's interesting. There you go. As for Joe Dante, I mean, this was a time when he wasn't really doing that well box office wise. Of course, Bugs Bunny, being a fan of Looney Tunes, they of course later made Looney Tunes Back in Action, which was a bomb. But yeah, the how put it the Gremlins was a hit, but after that it's like he couldn't buy another hit. Because after Gremlins, you had Explorers, that was a bomb. Maybe you shouldn't have made the third act be a stupid Looney Tunes bullshit with the aliens. It's like if Close Encounters ended like a fucking Will Ferrell movie. It went from Close Encounters of the Third Kind to I don't want to use Will Ferrell. Let's say another sci-fi movie. Let's say it started with Close Encounters of the Third Kind and ended with Martians Go Home or some other fucking movie. That's a reference. For all two of you that get that, look up Martians Go Home. You'll know what I mean. Or Space Invaders. Remember that movie? I did have some goofy fun with it, but imagine if Close Encounters starts like that and then it ends with Space Invaders. That early 90s movie with spaced with a D at the end. But anyway, that's a movie that I love the first half, but I hate the third act. No wonder it was a bomb. Because people saw it and went, what the fuck is this ending? And a lot of people, I'm sure, have told him that. Seems like, but he wants to say, well, it's not edited the right way. Unless there's a completely different ending, then it would never be edited the right way. Sorry, Joe. This film didn't do anything, sadly. The Burbs, which is my favorite Joe Dante film. I love The Burbs. That bombed. That was after this, in '89. Love The Burbs. Again, my favorite Tom Hanks film, my favorite Joe Dante film. And then after that, Gremlins 2, which is a fun movie. I don't know how that did the box office. For some reason, I remember people saying there was a disappointment. Which is a shame because it was inventive. It was try to be different, creative as a sequel. I appreciate that. Then after Gremlins 2, there's what? There's Bad Nay with John Goodman. I don't know what else Joe Dante did. And yeah, that Looney Tunes Back in Action. I think that really, really hurt his career. I've heard like that's a film he doesn't want to talk about, which makes me think I really want to hear about that movie. I want to hear what the hell happened during that movie. As I'm talking, I mean, a lot of stuff has happened. Meg Ryan has dumped Dennis Quaid. They were successful in miniaturizing Dennis Quaid. They were going to put in this rabbit. These bad guys, terrorists that come in, they're spraying, which I guess is just killing all these people. Knock them out, I guess killing them. That was just knocking them out, but I guess why would they leave them alive? So of course this guy runs off, but that's how it's going to land into Martin Short's lap. And that's Vernon Wells, right? From Commando and Mad Max, the Road Warrior, Mad Max 2. I'm not going to shoot you between the eyes. I'm going to shoot you between the balls. Love Vernon Wells. But I think the film it's an effects movie, but it's also an action movie, kind of an espionage, little bit type of movie. It's a comedy. It's a blend of a lot of genres. It's definitely ambitious. Again, adventure, sci-fi, you got effects movie, like when dealing with all the blood cells and stuff. So like I said, I don't know if the marketing needed to show more of the effects to make it seem like a spectacle movie, or if they needed to sell more of the comedy to see, hey, this is actually a pretty funny flick, go check it out. Or try to do a blending of the two. Or do you show like, hey, it's an action movie? That's a pretty good stunt. Like bicycling between all these cars, That is a scary thing. You're because if one of those stunt people screw up, yeah, sorry, I'm using that. I've got a little bit of fuzz off my sock there. I can't help it. I'm get a little fixated on something small. Speaking of it, no pun intended with small. But they spend. I mean, we haven't done a whole lot of Martin Short in his life, but I think I understand the reason for that is because you need to set up Dennis Quaid a bit more because the rest of the movie is going to be Dennis Quaid trapped in this small cubicle. And there's nowhere else to go. Like the rest of the movie is just Dennis Quaid like this, controlling this device. So you have to set up what's his backstory. The stuff with Meg Ryan, being part of this project, be a bit of a loudmouth drunkard, wanting to have fun, realizing he's got to take this more seriously because not just his life on the line, but this other Martin Short's life on the line. Realizing he needs help from someone else, he can't do it on his own. All this stuff that comes into play throughout the flick. Kid must be a Rambo fan. Remember when you have toys like that? Because he had a toy machine gun, but there's none of the. I don't think I saw the orange. Because nowadays, they thought these guns looked too real. Because people would take toy guns and aim them, give the money, and then you realize it was a fake gun. Or cops would see it. It's a kid. Well, yeah, but, hell, there are kids that kill too. So, there's the worry of, you don't want to, how do I put it? You don't want to take the chance on either side. Okay, it's a kid in with a toy, but then you get shot and killed for it. And of course, you don't want to shoot a kid if he's just holding a toy. So then they took those toys and then they put the orange tip in front of it for a lot of it to make it, yes, this is a toy. This bright orange thing's right in front of it. Imagine dying with a bunch of furries surrounding you. Ooh. Yeah, Martin Short's definitely freaked out about that. Just be a complete dick. Fuck your balloon. Yeah, I'm a face. So again, Dennis Quaid, like, he doesn't know what's going on. I think these effects look pretty neat. I do. I'm a sucker for 80s effects because they could not rely on CGI because I think it's a tool that is overused. I think that people use it a lot. Even though there's a lot of other things you could try to use, they think, well, we'll use it as CGI because now it's the most known way of effects. And I'm like, no, there's other ways you do it. Like, let's try a little bit different. Let's try a little bit outside the box, but people don't want to do it because, I don't know, they feel CGI is just, now it's easier for people to use since so many people are so now used to it. I mean, think about it, we've grown in an age where people just so acceptable of CGI in the field of Hollywood. Yeah, just do it CGI. Well, how did they do it here? I would love to know, but again, this I should look that up. If is there a special edition of this? There might be. They did one of Dreamscape. I'd be surprised they didn't do one in Innerspace. I keep thinking no, because I know my friend Mike, OCP2 Mutations, he's a huge fan of this movie. I mean, I like the film, but he's a huge fan. I think I remember one of the early stages when we were chatting with each other back in the day was him going, "Man, how come there's no special edition of Innerspace?" But I mean, the film was a bomb. That's sadly why, but I think Dreamscape wasn't a huge money. I mean, there's been films that have bombed that have gotten. What the fuck? You putting the big jar right on that bag? Like, come on. What are you doing? Get another bag, lady. Shit. Oh no, the lady from his dream. And because of what's going on, it's going to do the same thing because whatever's inside him is affecting the machinery. I know that lady I recognize. It's a 6.8 IMDb, 82% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm actually surprised. I think did this win the Oscar for effects? It might have. The shampoo's kind of pricey. Yeah, 18,000. Yeah, it's a little bit pricey. Yeah, this is the cover. That's shit. Look at this. It's like a big thumb. Like, who's going to see a movie with that poster? Now that guy, the manager, that's Henry Gibson. He was one of the Klopeks in The Burbs. Now think about that. Who the fuck would aim a gun, even though it's a lighter gun? That's just you're just waiting to get shot yourself, lady. But yeah, Henry Gibson there. He would later be in The Burbs with Joe Dante. What was his character's Dr. Werner Klopek. Sort of the main bad guy. And then Wendy Shell there, right there as Wendy. She would also be in The Burbs. She was Bruce Dern's woman, Bruce Dern's wife in The Burbs. Bonnie Rumsfeld. So yeah, two people that would later be in The Burbs. I can't remember that lady who was. I know I've seen her before in other stuff. And yeah, this did win the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 1988. So there you go. Just always like the year after. But yeah, these are like really cool effects to show the inside, like to go in the bloodstream. Like this looks really neat. I still think this looks really neat. You can't get more real than real. I still think these effects look cool. If it was CGI, CGI ages a lot more quickly than practical. That's just the way I see it. And what was I going to look up? God, I can't believe I forgot. What was I going to look up? That's his eye socket. That looks really cool too. Damn, I forgot what the hell I was going to look up. Shit. Gotta think about it for a minute. Can't believe I forgot what the hell I was going to look up. Shows where my mind's going. He's going to hook right into the eyeball, and this is where he's going to find out he's in a human being. Ooh. That's the thing, is that you'd want someone with a bit of a physical comedy background to be able to showcase just the anxiety of this stuff going on. Yeah, Fantastic Voyage was the film I was thinking of from the 50s that had this sort of little bit of this miniaturization thing. Who knows that? And Martin Short, this was only the third film he was in. Did Buzz just stand up? This is they don't realize it now. I'm in a man. I'm a strange man. Because he was in a film called Lost and Found, 1979, Three Amigos, and then this movie. Then he was in Cross My Heart with Annette O'Toole, which was a bomb. Three Fugitives, which actually that was I think a surprise hit with him and Nick Nolte, which was a remake of I think a French film. Pure Luck with him and Danny Glover. That was another remake of a French film. Father of the Bride, that was a huge hit. Captain Ron, who could forget Captain Ron, right? Clifford, probably the worst film he was in. Father of the Bride Part 2, Mars Attached, Jungle the Jungle, I forgot he was in that. I completely forgot he was in that movie. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, Treasure Planet, Santa Claus 3, Spiderwick Chronicles, Inherent Vice. Guess he was in Bumblebee, but his scenes were deleted. His voice of Grandpa Frump in the 2019 Addams Family movie. Bunch of other stuff I've never heard of. Yeah, and just done a lot of TV work. Saturday Night Live, of course, he was on. Should have mentioned that before. Oh, okay. I was going to see if this has special edition. I just remember now. That's what I was looking up to see if this has a special edition. It might not. There's a Zavi exclusive steelbook. Doesn't really mean special edition. No, just a steelbook. This is Blu-ray review. No review exists. Okay, so it's not. So why do you say you had one? No, I don't think this has special edition. I don't like the cover they use for the Blu-ray. I like this poster. This poster here I think is the best. But yeah, I don't know. There is not a special... wow. Like I said, the film did not do well. Yeah, there's just the commentary that I mentioned. No interviews with Martin Short. No interviews with Dennis Quaid. No feature on the special effects that won an Oscar. You think this film deserves like a 4K? Let's do like 50 other movies I can mention. But yeah, give a 4K to this fucking film. This gets Dennis Quaid and Martin Short and Joe Dante. Do some interviews for this. Talk to the effects guys. Vernon Wells. I'm sure he'd be down to be interviewed. Because I'm sure everyone talks to him about Commando or The Road Warrior, so... But hey, what do I know? What do I know? So now he's listening to the voice in the ear. So he's fucking with his head. I think I'm possessed. He's talking about God. Oh no, no, no! You don't want to hear about a voice talking about God. Martin Short definitely sells this role too, because in lesser hands, this could be a very irritating character. Imagine if they did this film nowadays and they cast like Will Ferrell. Fat. Now I'm just picturing a fucking shitty remake where Mark Wahlberg is inside Will Ferrell. Since, hey, Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell, you worked together before? Or it'd be, I don't know, who else they would put in it. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. Ryan Reynolds is inside Will Ferrell. You worked together in one Christmas movie. Here you go. Yeah, no special. Yeah, there's no special edition in this movie at all. Yeah. Oh, shit. Trial vowel. Electromagnetic booster. Here we go. Not the VHS tape. God damn it. You fucked up the VHS tape. Shit. Sono Beach. Shit. Jesus Christ. They're all over the place. God damn it. Pop the damn VHS tape right across the fucking room. Some bitch. Just for those who are not watching this, again, he has this electronic equipment, this space shell inside him, is able to. But you think that much would go through the body, would like fuck up his body? I know it says electromagnetic, but it's still going through the inner walls of your body. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe, I guess not. But if it's that powerful enough to affect the TV, like how teeny it is and how big the TV, whatever. Syringe. Well, I mean, there's not many times you've been stuck with a syringe lately, so tell him about what happened at the mall. Some guy who had a lab coat on hit me in the ass with a syringe. Well, come on, Quaid, give him some adrenaline. pump some adrenaline in there and get him overpower this guy. There you go. It's like a different, interesting take on the buddy movie. Only the buddy's inside the guy and not in the gay porn way. Not that there's anything wrong with that for those interested, but it's just the different way. I mean, that's the thing. You got all the trouble with Dennis Quaid going on, so you go back and forth between this effects type of movie to what's going on in the real world with some fun comedy with Martin Short. There's like variety. You're able to have your variety with a lot of stuff. Okay, I was going to say, don't hit the heart, dude. Yeah, you don't want to go up there, man. Or is that the lungs? I forget where his heart lungs. I forget where that's at. Cardiac arrest imminent. Take evasive action. Oh shit, cardiac arrest. Oh shit. Don't give the guy a fucking heart attack. Don't. That still looks neat. That still looks really fucking cool. I mean, they won the Oscar for the effects. Richly deserved. Compared to what they vote for visual effects nowadays. Like, fucking Ant-Man 3 got nominated for the Oscar for visual effects. Ant-Man 3. For I understand, I haven't seen Oppenheimer. It's like a 3-hour movie. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe if someone sent me the movie and then sent in a paid request, maybe. But it's like, I don't know, man. But I just haven't seen the movie. But I've seen clips and trailers and it looks pretty extensive for effects. Even by my dirty glass viewed eyes, it seems like you two-faced son of a bitch. That guy with the glasses, I know I've seen him in other stuff too. Was he in Arachnophobia? I mean, he reminds me of the guy in Arachnophobia that got killed by the spider at the very, very beginning of the movie. Maybe that's not him, but it's who he reminds me of. That guy. Kind of interesting because in a way you can give this guy kind of superpowers as well. Super hearing and all that. You know, if this was a box office hit, I would bet money they would have tried to do a TV show of this if there wasn't a sequel. One gets injected in this guy, and I don't know, maybe find some way that you could feed him or something, or he's got these supply. I don't know, something about it where there's some way to keep him there where he would go up and collect water and stuff and food. Like he'd go up and pour down the food, pour down the water. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I know, I don't like it either. Of course, the bigger question of how to go to the bathroom. Hey, it's all digested. Bring the perpetrators out into the open. Yep, there you go. Don't get fucked over. Big surprise. Gore's going to get fucked over. Why would he not get fucked over? Get fucked over? Get fucked over in a bad way. Bad way. Teeny tiny human skeleton. I wouldn't want a teeny tiny skeleton in my stomach. But this is also cool with Martin Short because he never really got to do this stuff again. I mean, you think about the movies he did afterward, it's either supporting roles like in Father of the Bride or stuff of that nature. But I mean, like, you get to be a leading man, sort of in a weird way, an action hero in its own special way. And it's interesting, you know, that you see them grow a bond throughout the film. And they're not on screen together much because of circumstances, except maybe at the very, very, very end. I will say one issue I have with the film, it does get even crazier as it goes along, where I thought the miniature stuff was good enough, but then they get to like the little tiny people where Tim McCarthy and them are shrunk literally down to like 3 feet tall, and I'm like, do we need that as well? And I guess somehow Dennis Quaid can literally change your face by certain muscles, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know that was a thing. It's one of those where, I mean, it's a sci-fi film. You're not supposed to. Realism's not in the window, but it's like, I mean, what's next? You gonna go into his bowels and make his ass a jetpack? Each time you have some concoction, he just ass just flies out. You know, shit. Well, hopefully you don't have to go to the bathroom, Dennis Quaid. Oh, do we get the? Yeah, this is definitely one of the big scenes in the movie. Twisting the night away. Twisting the night away. So yeah, anytime I think of this song, I always think of this scene here. Twisting the night away. Sorry, God. Sound like birds croaking and exploding. Voice treat you like that, but I mean, I had that thing for Dennis Quaid. I wonder if maybe this wasn't the most fun movie to make because, like I say, for most of the film, he's just kind of in this chair, kind of doing all this stuff here. So, other than, I mean, as long as you know your lines, physically it'd be an easy job. You're just kind of doing this, doing that, talking. You're kind of by yourself. I just, other than doing maybe the effect scenes where you have to mimic these things, and that probably time uh, takes a lot of time to do that stuff. That's true. He doesn't even know what he looks like, who he looks like. Yeah, go to bed. I don't know what you fucking look like. What do you look like, dude? Shit. It kind of works that Martin Short was cast in this because, in a way, he kind of does look like a cartoon character. I mean that in a good way, though. Which makes sense for Joe Dante because he's such a fan of the cartoon type of things. I mean, references a lot of his movies to Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes. I mean, we saw the Bugs Bunny doll here. You got the Bugs Bunny Gremlins short in Gremlins 2. Of course, the segment in Twilight Zone the movie, there's moments in there straight out of Looney Tunes flavor to it. And then did Looney Tunes Back in Action, which it's not the worst. It's not the worst movie in the world, but I prefer Space Jam over that movie. That film just never clicked for me. Just never did click for me. Can't help it. Just never clicked. I know some people liked it, but it was a big bomb when it came out. Robert Picardo as the cowboy. Another Joe Dante alumni, which I think the first thing he did, at least one of the first things he did, was The Howling, I believe. The serial killer, and then you find out he's a werewolf. He was the alien that did all the. Oh, speaking of Bugs Bunny, did What's Up, Doc? When the kids find the alien, he's doing all these impressions and doing this crappy stand-up act. That was Robert Picardo. In Gremlins 2, the female gremlin kissing all over him at the very last bit of the movie. That guy who's working with the John Glover's character, that was Robert Picardo. I think he was one of the garbage men with Dick Miller in The Burbs. Of course, he had this role here. I didn't realize. I probably knew this before, but I just clicked in a what the fuck really sort of way when I looked it up. Rob Ricardo is Johnny Cab from Total Recall. I mean, yeah, he does kind of look like it, and then it's his voice. Hope you enjoy the ride, haha. And it blows up. Johnny Cab, that's Robert Picardo. I'm like, holy shit, that's him. Just never, I don't know, just never realized it. I don't know why, I just never realized it until later on. Just never put two and two together. But yeah, it was Gremlins, Explorers didn't do well, Innerspace didn't do well, The Burbs, Gremlins 2, Matinee, Small Soldiers, that was the one I was forgetting, and then Looney Tunes Back in Action. He did The Hole, which I wasn't really a fan of. Yeah, that didn't really do much for me. The Hole. Yeah, The Hole, I wasn't a fan of that one. Burying the X, I think I saw that and it was kind of eh. That was the last film he did in 2014. Although he did a segment in Nightmare Cinema. So. Oh, he actually did an episode of Erie, Indiana. I did not know that. But I'm wondering, is that show on DVD? I think that guy there at the bathroom, I want to say he was one of the stars of The Thing from Another World. I could be wrong, but because I know Joe Dante's a fan of using, you know, older actors and stuff of that era. You play with it, but don't talk to it, pal. Something like that. Let me look at the cast of this. I'll recognize the name. Let's see. Yeah, Kenneth Tobey. Yeah, Kenneth Tobey. He was in The Theme from Another World as the lead. I thought he looked familiar from 1951. The one guy with Meg Ryan when they were in the newsroom, the black guy, that was Kevin Hooks. I know he looked familiar because he was a director. Because I remember looking up some of his movies and I'm like, oh, that's who he is. And he was a part-time actor. He directed, was it Passenger 57? Yeah, I think that guy, again, you go back to when they're in the newsroom and Meg Ryan started with her boss and there's the other guy, the black guy. I think that's Kevin Hooks. He did Passenger 57, right? I want to make sure. Yep, he did Passenger 57. He also did Black Dog with Patrick Swayze, so those are fun films. So there you go. Oh, since I'm here, let me look up that other doctor, Harold Sylvester. Not doctor, but let me look him up. Let me see something. Go back a bit. No, I don't think it'd be the doctor because that's probably the guy who put the injection into him. So it wouldn't be him. I think John Hora. I think this guy. Maybe this guy. Let me look real quick. I guess he's known more as a cinematographer. Director of photography on Gremlins, Explorers, Moonwalker, the Michael Jackson one, Gremlins 2. So he was a cinematographer. Okay, I was wrong on that. So it was not the guy in Rider Folk. Okay, so he's known as a cinematographer. Okay. Now, of course, that's Kevin McCarthy, star of the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers, among many other films. Christopher. I know this is. I remember him from Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. I remember Kevin McCarthy in that. And of course, he's done a lot of other stuff as well. Okay. Yeah, Martin Short's just not having the best day, is he? Just not having the best day at all, is he? But goddamn, what else going to happen next? At least he's honest. He's in it for the money. At least he's honest, unlike some people that think they're in it for more. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm in it for the money. This guy's not operating on all 8 cylinders, man. Yeah, seems to be the case. Guess that's usually how it is for these people. At least give him a pretty good pep talk. Well, can't you do something in there to help warm his body up or something? Well, I mean, you psyched him up. Of course you'd want to try to do it then. Some nice stunt work here. Of course, make sure you hide the arm. So, of course, it's not going to be Martin Short. So that's why you... At least to hide in the arm in the right way, and then there's Martin Short in those type of shots. So Joe Dante definitely knows how to shoot it. Hide the arm well enough so you're not seeing any bits of the guy's face, so it takes you out of the illusion. And then when you need to see it, make sure it's Martin Short. See, we're not seeing the face. We're not seeing the face of the stunt person. Idea makes us sell the illusion even more. There you go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Of course, you gotta have that bit. That's a cool looking shot, though. The motorcycle going right under Martin Short. That looks really good. Even that bit there with the car. This is all done for real. I mean, you gotta be really fucking careful with the timing of that. Because if that person's lowered down a bit, unless there's some other type of effect manipulation I don't know, and if so, that's very, very well done. Because it looks real. If that's a real stunt, then if you're lowered, then it's going to hit that guy in the balls, it's going to fuck with the guy on the motorcycle, it's definitely going to fuck up the guy, you know. That's a tough, I mean, that's very well done. Big credit to that stuff, man. Like, holy shit. Big credit to that type of stuff. Big credit. It's like, damn, very nicely done. We got Robert Picardo as the cowboy. Cowboy, baby. Gonna shrink you up and spit you out. Cowboy, baby. But I mean, that's the sad thing with how it is with the business of Hollywood. You never truly know. Well, not never. But there's never such a thing as a sure thing. There's a 99%. Like 9. I was laughing because the Kevin McCarthy shot where it looks like he's in this office, and then they have this wide shot where the rest of the warehouse is completely fucking empty. For some reason, like Kevin McCarthy got this whole empty warehouse, but he set up this one little corner. And the cowboy loves his boots. Yeah, but I was saying that, yes, 99.9% sure that Avengers Endgame was going to make money, of course. Avatar 2, for many people, like, made money. But there are movies that you think are going to make money and there's disappointment or bad timing, or the movie wasn't as well made as it could have been, or it didn't hit the right audience, or bad marketing, or all the stuff in between. And but that was what was great about the 80s, is that you could take a chance on crazy ideas like this. I mean, there were miniature movies like Fantastic Voyage back in the day, but to do their own spin and make it their own movie and have a certain bit of originality. The 80s saw a lot of that, whether you like the films or not. I mean, each summer you were curious about just how more creative they would be. You know, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future, films like Innerspace. I know it's a sequel, but Aliens. Yeah, there's Kevin Hooks there. So that guy talking on the phone with Meg Ryan. Right there, that's Kevin Hooks, the director of Passenger 57 and Black Dog. Passenger 57 with the great Wesley Snipes, and Black Dog with the late Patrick Swayze. So yeah, that guy on the phone, Kevin Hooks. Kevin Hooks. 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 Damn, hitting on his girlfriend right in front of him. Pretty damn ballsy. This guy's inside your body, who knows what you could do, and you're just hitting on his woman right in front of him. No hiding that fat. And this was interesting about even the little things they kind of take for granted, like phones. Like anytime you have a phone, it's gonna be the phone with the cord, and no cell phones. What the hell was that? Some guy just had glasses and this cigarette like and on the back of their hair. And there's Wendy Shaw from later would be in the Burbs, his co-worker from before. Apparently she's a punk rocker. It's been a while since I've seen this film, so I don't know it by heart, beat for beat. I do know at the end that I think Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, they get like married again or something, or they get married and they're being followed. I think Martin Short goes in to drive by the drive and save the day. It's kind of weird because it kind of ends on a cliffhanger, but it's not a cliffhanger. It's just weird with the ending. Like it ends with action in progress, and there's a party that goes, "Well, wait a minute, don't end the movie. What's going to happen next?" What the fuck's going to happen next? How's Martin Short going to stop him? Is, Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid going to find out what's going on? Is Martin Short going to stop him? How is he going to stop him? Like, wait a minute. And it's not like, it doesn't look like it was set up to do a sequel. That's just how it ended. And Wendy's getting into it. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Robert Picardo. Robert Picardo was just having the time of his life doing this. First, later he would be in Star Trek. Was it Deep Space Nine or Voyager? I can't remember. I'm not. The Star Trek I'm familiar with is the original show and the first 6 movies. I mean, I know the other movies, but the first 6 movies is what I prefer. The original shows I prefer. I know a little bit of Next Generation. I've seen a couple episodes. Deep Space Nine and Voyager, I don't know much of shit. I know about Benjamin Sisko. I know about Kate Mulgrew, Captain Janeway, 7 of 9. And that's only in vague terms. Kate Mulgrew, Janeway, and 7 of 9, that was in Voyager. Deep Space Nine, Benjamin Sisko, Quark, that alien Ferengi character. Or Ferendi? Is it Ferendi? Ferengi? Yeah, Ferendi. See, that's how little I know about that stuff. I'm more, if I say I'm a Star Trek fan, it's more I grew up with the older, the 3 seasons of the original show, the first 6 movies, the animated cartoon, which I do have up there. But I just think that because Robert Picardo, of course, would get, and it was kind of why he's trying to second lease on his career, life-wise, his career, with Star Trek, conventions, all that stuff. Because when you're in that stuff, you could be hooked for life with conventions. On a side note, that's why I wish there'd be a Trekkies 3, because there's Trekkies 1 and 2, which are interesting. If you did Trekkies 3 and were brutally honest, man, imagine all this stuff. Like, if fans could be brutally honest, like, there'd be fans who like what's happened, but there'd be a lot of fans who do not like what Star Trek has become. That would be a very interesting documentary, but that's probably why they would never make it. But come on, that'd be fucking interesting. Cowboy didn't see it coming, just all smiles and everything. Okay, interesting. They would have this kind of technology in this thing. I guess that's one of the well, if you think about what's one of the purposes of wanting to miniaturize someone, I guess if you want to do missions, if there's a way to mess with someone's face and facial muscles to be able to look like whoever you wanted to, almost like the chameleon from Spider-Man comics. There's definitely a weird, quirky bit of business. How the hell is he going to explain this to Meg Ryan? I guess if there's one way to make her believe, there's a way to do it. think you were right the first time that you were possessed. I guess if I was Meg Ryan, I'd be confused as well. Yeah, how did he get Jack's hair? Exactly. At least she does ask that question. Just tell the truth, man. If there's a way for you to make her believe you, it's a way to do it. Of course you don't ask. I do like that they don't have him change his voice right away like that. Because it would be like, yeah, why would he be able to change his... I'm trying to remember if they do. That's a big ass dog, man. That's a big ass dog. I don't know. I'm not good with breeds of dogs. I don't know what breed that is. Any bigger look like a fucking bear. Goose. Look at the goose. Look at the geese. Pelican, pelican, fly, pelican. It's not pelican, but you know. I think it was Scarface. Pelican, pelican, fly, pelican. That's a big fucking dog. Just that's a lot of thing with these things where okay, you try to make like you look like the person, but it'd be very like difficult to how the hell you sound like the person. Just nowadays with you're getting now this AI voice stuff, AI voice generator. It seems that's becoming more and more of a thing where, but that's more if you have something previously prepared. Like I mean, you go on YouTube. There's a shitload of like AI voice covers of songs. Like, what if Michael Jackson's saying "Bring Me to Life" from the Daredevil soundtrack, or what if this person's saying this person? I mean, this person's song. There's a lot of stuff out there. Very interesting. Sorry, now I'm just watching the film. Sorry about that. Now I'm just watching the damn flick. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen this. And like I mean, it's not wall to wall special effects like a Marvel movie, but it's used when it needs to be. Oh, there's his tooth. So much for his tooth. uh, ooh. Okay, but he's testing you, man. Oh shit. Fucking Vernon Wells with his like this hand here. I mean, it made sense. We saw him shoot from his fingers, so you gotta have something in there. I mean, they go buck wild with the sci-fi stuff, like be able to change the face, and now this whole metal. I mean, if this was in a James Bond movie, you believe it. So I guess if it was in a James Bond movie, I thought it was going. Yeah, I forgot about this. I thought it was going to do something. I like Kevin McCarthy's like, stop it! Don't do that. I was just kidding. It was only a joke. That is crazy. That is like a Looney Tunes thing. Yeah, that is a crazy bit of business there. Kevin McCarthy is really into the role. I love it. Sounded very well. Don't know. Don't know if it's there or he swallowed it. Oh, he did find it. Well, it just makes sense. They didn't want to endanger the animal or come to a conclusion that they had to cut it out. Because either they'd have to cut it out of the animal or wait for it to poop out. And at least Joe Dante, he's not really known for that kind of poop type of humor. At least not that much I can think of throughout his movies. He seems a bit funnier, wittier than that, and than this other stuff. You know, but yeah, I don't know if the audience wants to see the animal in danger because the animal didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, the well, there you go. How do you not buy it, Meg Ryan? Did you see his face? How do you think he did that face? That's a trick they show at parties? Shit. Well, come on. I mean, here's the thing. There would be no way for Martin Short to know. There would be no way for Martin Short to know whether he shut this stuff off. All he had to do was sign off and mute the microphone. That's all he had to do. Just that. So, oh shit. Oh, did it get into her now? I see, it's been a while since I've seen this, so I don't remember all the details. Oh yeah, that's right, because he finds out that she's pregnant. This is a really cool reveal here. Where he realizes, he thinks he's in the one body, and then he sees his kid. Yeah, I remember that being a very cool shot. Actually, one of my favorite shots in the movie. Now that coming back to me. A very cool shot. Oh yeah, and then Vernon Wells don't be put in there. 'Cause, yeah, they don't put him in that body. And then there's nobody there, so then Dennis Quaid's got to go back into his body to save him. Retrieve the second chip from that. Oxygen reserves are 40%. Yeah, that's right, because he's going to find out what the hell this is about. Damn. Got his ass. Tase your sorry ass. How about them apples? Fuck you. How about that? Get your sorry ass. And then we're getting to the third act here. We got like 27 minutes left of the film plus end credits. Usually about 4 or 5 minutes. So that's, a little over 20 minutes left. Yep, there we go. It's a great look from Dennis Quaid, too. That's a crazy shot. Wow, that is crazy. The early stages of a child. That is probably my favorite scene in the movie. Because I'm like, oh yeah, and it just, I think it's Dennis Quaid, the way he sells it, his emotion and his eyes tearing up, but doesn't go too melodramatic. He's just sincere in his feelings, and then like the way it looks, because it doesn't just look like a typical baby. It's not formed enough yet, so just a really cool, different take on it, and just stuff like that brings a bit of a heart to the proceedings, but still keeps the story flowing. That's nice. So we're gonna shrink Vernon Wells. That's for me. This did a fucking. I mean, the Blu-ray looks fine. I'll say this: the picture quality of the Blu-ray, it looks fine, looks good. I mean, it'd just be nice to see interviews. Again, Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Joe Dante. Meg Ryan would never do it. But Vernon Wells, the effects guys, maybe Robert Picardo. That would be nice to see, but nah. We need a 4K of Daryl. That fucking movie, Daryl. For all who remember Daryl, listen, Daryl's not the worst movie ever. Just that's was from Venator Syndrome. I'm like, Daryl, really? That movie? I mean, I know people are fans of that movie, but like, really, of all the films, that film? Okay. Like, there's still films that are only on VHS and never gotten another release, and then films like this, nothing's really been done with. And Dennis Quaid, I think he talked about Dreamscape. You think if he were willing to talk about Dreamscape, he'd be willing to talk about this. But yeah, this is one of those films that seems like it would have been a hit. I think some people even assumed this was a hit, and it wasn't. Really didn't make any money. Maybe did well on video. That's where a lot of us found it was on video. I can't remember the first time I saw it. It might have been on cable, actually. If that's the case, then it would have been in the late 90s, early 2000s on cable. I probably would have seen this. Reduction ratio. I think this is where they're shorting all the people. I think. Yeah, this this is where it gets a little bit too crazy, even for me, man. I do like this dad here. The arm mechanism when to drop the chip. Yeah, got to get into contact with her. Sam Cooke, Cupid. I mean, I guess to just give something a bit more unique. Like, not only do you have the villain on the inside, but with the villain on the outside, just to give something a bit more unique other than. But it's just. Even this is a little bit too much. With the. It just. Like, what the fuck? But, and this is of the early stages of Meg Ryan's career where you had. And then, Martin Short, didn't need Dennis Quaid's help, did it on his own. So much for his confidence. Hi, Mr. Killer. There you go. Nice kick. But get the hell out of there. Yeah, that's where you like, what the fuck is this? With the little Munchkin versions. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then I guess it makes them easier to hide in between. So you have obstacles for both. You have obstacles for. inside and outside. Because we're going to have two action scenes interspersed. Now, this Harold Sylvester, again from Uncommon Valor, among others. Yeah, this is a bit like it's pushing it a bit much with the. That's probably one of the few things I don't like. I get it, like they wanted something done with Martin Short, maybe Ryan, and the fact that it's so little brings a bit more of a quirky take on this. Like if they were just normal size, maybe it wouldn't be as unique. Although to be honest, I'm more into the stuff with Dennis Quaid dealing with Vernon Wells inside the body. I would say that's more of the where the intrigue comes into to play here. Oh shit. Up there you go. I mean, they cast the right guy. Vernon Wells definitely has a scary looking face for that kind of shot where it's just literally just this you could focus on. And it makes sense why they hired him. I mean, yeah, get the guy who was in the Road Warrior and Commando. I mean, two pre- premium action movies of the 80s. It's like, why wouldn't you hire him? Of course, the question here is why does he just stop the car? Yeah, that's kind of the question. Why don't you just stop the car? Like, what is preventing you from not stopping the car with Martin Short's character? I mean, was there some kind of race against time I missed out? Again, it just. I guess you could say his oxygen reserves are going down, so we gotta get to this place quickly. So I guess I can understand that part if that's the case. His oxygen is going down, we don't have time. But you think maybe we have time to just take these little people and just fucking throw them? Instead, now, we're doing all this stuff here, don't be stuck on the beach. Oh, shit. Ooh, nice. Yeah, get the fuck away from me, pal. Eject. Oh shit, got a fucking backpack too. I mean, a jetpack too. Here we go. Well, no, there's a big old fight inside him. He ain't alright. Alright, Quay, it's up to you. You want to save two people on this. Oh, I was trying to get rid of the guy's air. That's the question. What are you going to do now? God damn. It's like five. There's like nowhere else to go. Where do I go? God damn it. Where do I go? Shit. Ah, there you go. Pretty much acid down below. So now he's got to try to steer the guy. Smart plan. Get this thing going. Because Toy's got a lot more protection than this guy. Yeah, that's a crazy looking damn. Here's our spell relief. No, there you go. Guess we'll see which lasts longer. Your suit or mine? Ooh. Answer that question. Just digested the bad guy. So it went through that guy's suit that quickly, huh? Because that guy was wearing all this stuff on, but the fact that it just went through his suit very quickly, like, so it melted all the metal stuff too. That's why I'm kind of like, would it not be melting through Dennis Quaid's shuttle too? Like, how does it go through the metal suit? Or was there something I missed? Oh, maybe it wasn't a metal suit. I mean, I would assume it's. Well, he ejected, so maybe it wasn't a metal suit. Maybe it's just kind of a. Like you're underwater and, it's not metal, it's stuff that you can melt off quickly. Of course, the question is that how do you even get him out of there? Okay, he's inside his lung, damn. Pollen, ragweed, perfume? Ah, hairspray. Not Muse hairspray. Okay, where's he going to sneeze to, though? See, that plan didn't really fit because you're sitting there going, well, wait a minute. Uh, then where the fuck are you going to sneeze to? Also, if you're going 100 miles per hour, you hit something, you think make that whole damn contraption explode from the impact. If it says it's going 100 miles per hour, it wouldn't hit that and explode in the impact or crack the guy's glasses or something. Okay. Just laugh at the damn fucking arm taking forever. Eat me, drink me. It's from The Exorcist. Eat me, drink me. Which one got you? I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What is it? Do you? The answer I just already forgot. Do you drink the Diet Bader or do you eat the Diet Bader in Alice in Wonderland? One pill made you larger. I keep thinking she found cookies, ate them, and she got smaller. But I don't know. Nowadays, you just go take your phone, go on the internet, and just look up Alice in Wonderland. I'd be the guy. I'd be like, I don't know. I must have looked up that guy's name wrong because that one guy who got the stuff spit on his glasses. I might have gotten that mixed it with someone else. Because I swear I've seen him in other movies, but I don't remember what the character's name is. Because on there it said it was a guy named Ozzy, and that he was a cinematographer usually. That guy with the glasses. Is that really the guy who's usually cinematographer, or is that someone else? I might have gotten that confused. Anyway. Really, the first time Quaid and Short are in the movie together? So you can't really ask how was it working with each other because it's like two scenes. That one scene there, and then this scene here. So, unless Martin Short was off screen doing the dialogue with Quaid, maybe that was happening. I don't know. There's no. I mean, maybe it says it on the commentary. I haven't listened to the commentary in a long time. So I guess that would answer maybe some of these questions, but it would have been nice to have a documentary on this, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Like I said, while I do like the first Ant-Man film, to me I'm sitting there going, wow, it just reminds me of Innerspace. And there you go. Oh, is that who I think it is? Oh yeah, that's right. He got him in the suitcase. Robert Picardo knows about it. Knows his cowboy boots, right? There you go. Yeah, but Martin Short wasn't looking at his boots, right? So now you got sort of the test of Martin Short. Does he go back to his old life? Or you don't embark on this new adventure and see where it takes him. But I quit. Twisted the night away. And then pretty much this is the arc of the character. He went from a fraidy cat to having nightmares about the counter, checkout counter, to twisting the night away, coming to the rescue. And now I guess it's up to the viewer to decide how this all turned out. I forgot Rod Stewart saying this in the movie. And that's kind of weird. Like, it ends with this. You're going, well, wait a minute. What? So, you want to see, like, Kevin McCarthy, Rob Ricardo get their true comeuppance? You know, where's Martin Short going to go? Is he just going to just move to another city, find a new job? I guess this is sort of you think for yourself and come to your own conclusion. So, like I say, it's kind of a weird, interesting but weird way to end it, to leave. Like I say, it seems like on a cliffhanger type of thing, but yeah, it's not meant to be a cliffhanger because, like I said, there was never any talk of. I don't think they were ever. I don't think they did as the plan a sequel, and then of course the film bombed, so there was never going to be a sequel anyway. I don't think there would have been any, unless it was like such a massive success. It's like you need a sequel. Like if this made even Gremlins or Back to the Future money or something, then yeah, they probably would have pushed a sequel. Leave it open for maybe this time Martin Short, I don't know, gets miniaturized and Dennis Quaid's character. I don't know. But yeah. Rob Bottin, I forgot Rob Bottin helped work on makeup effects on this. And that guy's AWOL. You never know what happened to Rob Bottin. He just disappeared. Mark Goldblatt, additional editor. Mark Goldblatt would go on to direct The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren and Dead Heat with the late Treat Williams. He directed those two movies. Mark Goldblatt, he was editing like Rambo First Blood Part 2 and Predator 2, and I think he even worked on Terminator 2. He edited a lot of big movies. But he went on to direct two, and sadly only two movies. Dead Heat and The Punisher. Production runners, Mark Miller. I don't know why that name sounds familiar. Might be a different Mark Miller I'm thinking of. Twisting the night away. So yeah, it's still a fairly fun movie. Interesting concept. Martin Short's Interiors, produced by Industrial Light Magic. That's an interesting way to put it. Martin Short's Interiors. Not just special effects or anything. Okay, that's interesting. The Inner Workings of Martin Short, made by ILM. But yeah, that's it. That's Innerspace. Let's get a 4K of this. Let's get some new documentary on this. But yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. So, especially for Paramount. Although, well, actually not Paramount. Why'd I say Paramount? What company released this? Not Paramount. Can't remember. Was it Warner Brothers? This is Amblin Entertainment. Yeah, Warner Brothers. Okay. I don't know why I thought Paramount. Warner Brothers. Yeah. See, there's something like Shaw Factory would do, or someone else. Never know. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.